Hello everyone, I'm back from Essen and this is my Spiel haul, and yes, this is ridiculous. I'm going to start by saying I did not buy the majority of these games. I was exceedingly fortunate to have lined up a number of review copies with publishers, independent designers, etc. So most of these I didn't pay for. And I would say if you're coming back with a haul that looks like this and you paid for it, well, I hope you're very rich, because this is not the sort of haul that you should go to a convention expecting to bring back on average, because this would be kind of ridiculous, in all honesty. This is going to be a number of games being reviewed for the channel, some companies even sort of saying as long as it's done before January. So it's going to be a while because there's a lot of them for me to play, get numerous plays in with and all that. But with all of that aside, let's go through all of the stuff here. So we're going to sort of work in a rough order, and you'll hear so much more about them on the channel. Some of them I've already played, so I might talk about them on my what I played at Spiel video. Others will wait for a review. So we're going to start off with a game that I did buy from ArcLight, a small little Japanese game called Nana Toridori. Nana Toridori, translates roughly as bird, I believe. This was on my anticipated list. I went and bought it, we've played it, it's good fun, it's super light as a card game, but that's what I wanted it for. It also looks pretty cool. That was one of the first things I bought, and it did sell out at the convention, or at least it did that day, because I went back, well, I was walking past later and it had said sold out. Now some companies sell out each day, some companies just go, this is all the stock, if it sells, it sells. Next one, Huggy from Helvetique, which is effectively a reprint with a slightly different look of Before the Guests Arrive, or Before Grandma Arrives, a Sashi and Sashi title. Snowball Dice was something that I bought, €3, and I've played it, I had a bit of fun with it. One for Christmas where you're flicking dice. Final Girl I half purchased with a bit of basically a reviewer discount, so I'm going to be giving that one a go. As you know, if you've watched the channel before, I'm not a huge solo gamer, but some really do interest me and others I'm not interested in at all, and hopefully Final Girl does stay interesting. I've certainly got many good reviews, so I've got a core set and a couple of the sort of feature film bits, which effectively you add a box and the feature film together to make the experience. Next up, Skyrockets, and that is from Floodgate Games. So that's one of the games. They're all a bit mixed and mushed together here, but that's one of the games I got from them to review. It's a very quick one with sand timers. Ian, the press guy that was talking to me, I got to actually play it, but he described it as the Crew meets like a sand timer flipping game, and that is pretty much what you've got. I'm very excited to play more because I've only played one single round or game of it, but we did win, so that was cool. Caesar sees Rome in 20 days. That's also from Floodgate. It's technically PSC games that's being incorporated into Floodgate, so they're getting that cool line. Now I've got Blitzkrieg on the shelf. Very excited for Caesar Fall of Rome because I have dabbled with it at UK Games Expo in the past, but to actually be able to play it consistently and review it, I'm well up for that. And you'll notice a number of these games will play it too, because that's a good place for me, but there are some that don't. Next up, Stitch for Stitch. This is one of the games that I bought and also doesn't play with two, but it was a fantastic little sort of trick-taking but deduction-y sort of game where each round you're one person is an accomplice, and when you play cards into the middle they'll reveal which card won, as if it was like a trump card in a trick-taking game, and that's going to slowly give you information about a murder weapon and a person. So that was really cool. Next up, Kapow. That's from Wise Wizard Games. they're actually going to be sending me another game to review, hopefully, but they were at the convention pushing a number of different games. This is like a 2-player game where you're rolling dice against each other, kapowing each other effectively. The thing that makes this one look really cool, a dice that you build. So it's got a wild symbol on one face but blank on the rest until you build your dice. So that one's pretty cool. Next up, a tiny little trick-taking game which I'd lined up. That is called Fork. So it's fox, owl, rabbit and kale. That is the letters of Fork. And it's sort of about a food chain, but it's a trick-taking game. Always enjoy a good trick-taking game, so that one's on the list to review. Next up, Ito. Same company as Nanatori Dori, and purchased this. I think it's one of the first times they've done this in English, but effectively you're laying cards that are numbered, but to do with a certain topic. So I think it would be something like how tall is an animal, and you'd play it saying a certain thing and try and fit it in a line. It seems quite interesting as a cooperative party game. I thought I'd give that one a go. Deductio, which if you watch the channel at all, you'll see I did a interview with Nick, the designer for Deductio, and we've cracked that one open at the event, and we played a number of games of the people I was there with, and we have been enjoying that one, but a few more plays before we get to review that. Mimic Octopus, this is the original one, another review copy, these ones from Brain Games. Mimic Octopus seems like one of those silly party sort of games, and there's a couple of versions. This one seems like the most family friendly, or the one that just sort of fits my style most. But I think there's 3 versions of Mimic Octopus, but I've got the original one here. Zingazam, which is a game from Adam Porter. He's very good at trick-taking games. He's also been on the channel to do an interview about Zingazam, so go and check that one out. And again, it will be reviewed, so you'll hear a little bit more about it on the channel. Then 50 Clues. So this is a trilogy of not quite escape rooms from what I can understand, but more sort of like adventure-y, led by the narrative games. So excited to try them out. Each sort of stage is, well, you could play it with 1 to 5 players, but each stage of it is around apparently 90 minutes. So you've got like an hour and a half for each of them. You can play one of the parts one night, but it will sort of have a overall storyline, so that's cool. Another one from the same company, and I believe same designer as well, is this Ottle O Stones. Very small little puzzle game. I sort of watched the designer doing some of the puzzles, and I think it's one that's really gonna sort of test your noggin a little bit to sort of flip or rotate these shapes to try and make the pattern that you're supposed to be making. Coyote from Heidelberg Games. I've reviewed a number of the small little card games they've done before, like Spicy, Sweet and Spicy, Hungry Monkey, and this is another one. This one is sort of a push your luck bluffy sort of style one, because you don't know what your own card is, but you're like trying to bid up to see who can think they can do the highest number. That's intriguing to me, and there's even like an extra variant that we're definitely going to try, obviously, before reviewing. Next up, another one from Floodgate. So this is the 3rd one that they gave me, the Sagrada Glory expansion. So there's the 3 little expansions for Sagrada. This is the 3rd and final one. I've done the other 2, and they were both great for getting the game back to the table. So getting Sagrada back to the table with Glory, well, that should be hopefully good. I'm hoping the other 2 were good, so let's hope this one will be as well. I previewed Mindbug the Evolution deck, and this one is another E, which of course I can't remember the name of. I think it's one's Evolution and one is Eternity. There we go. So this one's the Eternity deck. I previewed before they did their Kickstarter or crowdfunding. I previewed the Evolution deck. So this is like their 2 new decks for Mindbug. I've really enjoyed it so far as a series, so excited to see sort of the twists that are in this box. Then we have The Plot Thickens. This is from Bright Eye Games. Now, they've done a cool thing for the reviewers for this one. This is the romance box, but it's got like a third of the romance cards, a third of the sci-fi cards, and a third of the detective cards. So we can sort of mix and match because you can buy the different boxes and then mix and match. So we're going to get a flavour of that with only one box, which is pretty cool. The Ark Nova Marine Worlds expansion. So I managed to get this at a reviewer discount price, and well, I've opened the box, looked through, and very excited. Not only because it's got penguin meeples, but because I'm enjoying pretty much everything that the rulebook suggests this is going to add. So very excited about that one. Right, what's down in front of me? So we've got the Carcassonne tiles, the Wonders of Humanity, always great. Similio, we've got a Lord of the Rings box and the Essen Spiel 2023 special deck, which basically, if you bought something, or in my case, review one of their games, they gave you that. So that's like a normal Similio deck, but with board games on it. But that's like a kind of 2-player, but you can play it with more game where you're using cards to hint at which one on the grid you really are trying to get them to guess. And there's a bit of pressure because each round the other players have to turn cards over that they're like, it's not this one. A bit like a Guess Who style sort of thing. But this one's a Lord of the Rings theme, so that's cool. Sea, Salt and Paper, and in the box is also the Extra Salt expansion, and as you said, the Extra Spice expansion. The Extra Salt expansion, we've played it a number of times without the expansion, looking forward to adding that in. I've been enjoying it so far, but let's not spoil the review too much. The fourth and final one from Brain Games that I'm going to be reviewing is Mission Complete, a small little one where you can't discuss some of the time. You can only use gestures. At other times you can talk. At other times you can talk, gesture, whatever. And other times, no communication. So that's a really cool idea. The way that, depending on the cards played in front of you, you can, I can't talk anymore, sort of thing. Right, let's work from the bottom up of this final stack. Sunrise Lane, got to play through a demo of this at the convention, and as I was already reviewing a couple of bits for Horrible Guild, they very kindly gave me a copy of that, so that's going to be hitting the table very soon because I already know how to play it. I don't need to read the rulebook, and we can get games in of that. We played it with 3, and I'm really excited, to try it with 4, but actually, I'm more excited to see how that one plays at 2, because I think that could be incredibly cutthroat as you're trying to play these cards to claim spaces on the board for points, but also maybe trying to get the most in a certain area or the highest building in another. So I really like that. I really liked playing that, and I'm excited to try it at the different player counts. Then we've got Flamecraft. Well, it looks stunning. I think it's had many good reviews, but I haven't yet had a chance to play it, and Lucky Duck were very kind and gave me a copy of that. They also gave me a copy of this, which has fallen off this. Well, that was very, very subtly done. This had fallen off. This is, I'm going to butcher this name. It's a small little one, Kiri-ai the Jewel. It's basically like a samurai dueling game with 16 cards. We've done a couple of games of it, and well, while the rules were a little bit to get through for such a small game, as soon as you've played one round, it goes quick and it's really good fun. But Flamecraft, back to that, because that's also Lucky Duck Games. Yeah, just excited to try it because I've heard so many good things about it and it looks awesome. Cute dragons, colourful. Let's give that one a go. Next up, very lucky that Pandasaurus were offering me the review copy for the Fox Experiment, a new game from the designer of Wingspan. Sign me right up. I've played Mariposas, which was her like the one after Wingspan, and that was a solid, but I wasn't loving it game. This one looks like it could be another really big hit from her. Then we've got Garden Guests, which is from Van Ryder Games, same as Final Girl, but this one is just a review copy, whereas I've sort of half paid for the other one, trying to be transparent here and show you how much of this I didn't pay for, and not in a bragging way, but more of a don't go to Essen expecting to buy this much yourself, because you'd bankrupt yourself, which would be bad. Garden Guests, it's got this very cool looking board, to be fair, and you're playing these sort of bug tiles over it and stuff. I haven't gone through the full rule book, so I don't want to claim to know sort of fully how it plays, but certainly one that intrigues me and want to know more. The Great Split from Horrible Guild. I thought I might miss out on this one because this was like last year's Spiel release, but an I Split You Choose game with tracks you're pushing up. Sign me right up. I really like that mechanism. It's underused. Very excited for that. Even if I do think, just from opening the box and stuff, it looks a bit plain. Next up we have Quicksand, which is another game from Horrible Guild that I've got to review. Another Sandtimer-y one, but this again, cooperative, but you've got to move the Sandtimers along by doing these actions and stuff. So I'm interested by that one, and it'll be cool to compare the two Sandtimer games. We've got Tricky Badger, and that is from Jolly Dutch Games. I think it's Jolly Dutch Games. It's just Jolly Dutch, I believe. Now, that's a really stunning looking trick-taking game, and they've got a really cool business model where they do like a subscription of these little tiny games. So I'm excited to try that one out, and like I say, certainly I can tell you for the review, the game looks great from that side of things. Next up, the second one from Pandasaurus that I got to review is Beacon Patrol, a tile placement game. I love tile placement where you can't go wrong with that sort of stuff. And last but not least, Hard to Get, which is, it looks a bit like Codenames, but you're sort of doing, you're using the cards to guess something, which is therefore making it hard to get. But you kind of have like a Codenames grid of words and stuff in front of you. So, Codenames with a twist, that's the final one, hard to get. But this is my Spiel Essen 2023 haul of games, and I'm going to be busy for a good couple of months. Let's be honest. What are you most excited to hear about? Let me know in the comment section below, and let me know what you got at the convention this year. And until next time, I'll be busy gaming.